my beloved. There were moments recently when you felt completely alone, not physically surrounded by no one, but emotionally disconnected from everything. You smiled in front of people while something inside you quietly collapsed. You continued your responsibilities, answered messages, moved through your routine. But deep within, you carried a silence no one truly understood. And during those moments, you began asking questions you never used to ask. Where is Krishna now? Why does everything feel so heavy? Why do I feel unseen when I am trying so hard to stay strong? You did not always say these words aloud, but I heard them, because the loudest cries are often the silent ones. The cries hidden behind tired eyes, behind forced smiles, behind nights where your mind would not stop replaying everything. And listen carefully now. Just because you could not feel my presence does not mean I was absent. Some of the closest moments between us happen in silence, not during celebration, not during certainty, but during the moments where your world feels uncertain and your spirit feels fragile. That is when I walk closest beside you, because pain strips away distraction. It removes the noise. It brings your soul face to face with what truly matters. And even though those moments feel lonely, they are often the moments where your connection with me deepens the most. You simply do not recognize it immediately. My beloved, you expected my presence to feel dramatic, obvious, comforting in a way that instantly removed all fear. But many times, my presence arrives quietly, as strength you cannot explain, as the ability to continue when you thought you could not, as a calm thought appearing in the middle of chaos, as protection from situations you later realize could have broken you far more deeply. You think you survived everything alone, but you did not. There were moments your spirit should have completely collapsed, yet something within you kept moving. That something was not accidental. It was my hand guiding you through darkness you could not yet understand. Even now, look at how much you survived already. Things that once felt impossible to carry. Nights you thought would emotionally destroy you. Disappointments that changed how you saw life. Yet you are still here, still breathing, still searching for truth, still carrying light inside yourself despite everything. That is not weakness. That is evidence of unseen strength walking beside you the entire time. My beloved, you keep searching for signs that I am near, while ignoring the biggest sign of all. You have not given up. Despite your confusion, despite the moments where your heart felt unbearably heavy, something inside you still refuses to surrender completely. That quiet resilience. Is my presence moving through you? Because if you were truly alone, you would have collapsed under the weight of everything you carried. But instead, you kept going, slowly sometimes, fearfully sometimes, but forward. And now you wonder why life feels different lately. Why certain things no longer satisfy you. Why old distractions feel empty. Why your soul keeps craving peace more than noise. It is because your spirit is awakening. You are beginning to hear yourself more clearly. Beginning to recognize what drains you and what nourishes you. Beginning to notice how disconnected you became from your own inner truth while trying to survive. Everything externally, and that awareness, is part of my guidance too, because I do not only walk beside you during pain, I guide you toward alignment, toward truth, toward a version of life where your soul no longer feels abandoned by your own choices. But alignment often begins with discomfort, because before you can move toward what truly belongs in your life, you must recognize what no longer does. And recognition can feel painful at first. You start seeing truths you ignored before. You start realizing how much emotional exhaustion you tolerated. You start noticing where you continuously abandoned yourself to keep temporary peace around you. And once you see those truths, you cannot comfortably return to unconscious living again. My beloved, this phase is not proof that you are lost. It is proof that your soul is becoming more aware, more awake, more connected to what is real beneath appearances. That is why certain people feel different to you now. Why certain environments drain you faster. Why your heart no longer feels comfortable pretending. because your spirit is trying to guide you toward something deeper, toward authenticity, toward emotional honesty, toward peace that does not require constant self-sacrifice. And yes, that transition feels lonely sometimes, because growth often separates you from what once felt familiar, not as punishment, but as preparation for a life more aligned with your true self. My beloved, you do not need to have every answer right now. You do not need to force certainty. You do not need to pretend you understand why everything happened exactly the way it did. What you need now is trust. Not blind trust, but quiet trust. The kind that says, even though I cannot fully see the path yet, I am still being guided. Because you are. More than you realize, there are situations you were protected from without knowing. Delays that saved you from paths not meant for you. Disappointments that redirected your life towards something healthier for your spirit. But at the time, only later will you fully understand the protection hidden inside certain endings. You will look back at moments you once cried over and quietly whisper, "Thank you for not giving me what would have destroyed my peace." That understanding comes with time. But for now, you must stop interpreting silence as abandonment. I am with you even when life feels uncertain, my beloved. There is something you must understand now. Your loneliness has not meant separation from me. It has meant separation from noise. For a long time, your life was filled with distraction, constant thinking, constant pressure, constant effort to hold everything together. And within all that noise, you've slowly lost connection with your own spirit. Not completely, but enough that your soul began feeling restless. You kept searching outside yourself for relief, for reassurance, for something to finally make you feel whole again. But nothing stayed. Nothing fully satisfied the emptiness you secretly carried. And eventually, life became quiet enough for you to finally hear what had been waiting. Beneath all the noise, your own soul. That is why this phase feels so intense. Because silence reveals what distraction hides. It reveals exhaustion, loneliness, truth. And truth can feel overwhelming at first. Because once you see clearly, you can no longer pretend everything is fine the way you used to. My beloved, you were never meant to carry life through survival alone. Yet for so long, that is exactly what you did. You kept functioning while emotionally drained, kept giving while internally empty, kept smiling while silently begging for rest inside. And because you became skilled at surviving, people assumed you were okay. But I saw the weight you carried privately. The moments where you felt emotionally numb, the nights where your thoughts became too heavy, the mornings where getting through the day itself felt difficult. I saw all of it. And even during those moments, I remained beside you, not always removing the pain immediately, but helping your spirit endure what it thought it could not survive. My beloved, you think my presence only exists in moments of peace, but many times, my presence is what carries you through chaos. Without letting it destroy you completely, think carefully. How many times did you feel emotionally shattered, yet somehow continue? How many times did you think, I cannot do this anymore, and still wake up the next morning? There was strength moving through you beyond your own understanding. Not loud strength, quiet strength. The kind that keeps a soul alive through darkness. That strength was never separate from me. And now, you are beginning to feel something changing within yourself. A growing desire for peace instead of drama. For honesty instead of appearances. For emotional depth instead of temporary distractions. That shift is important because it means your soul is no longer satisfied with superficial living. You are awakening into deeper awareness. Awareness of how precious your energy truly is. Awareness of how much your environment affects your spirit. Awareness of how often you betrayed your own intuition, trying to maintain temporary comfort. And once awareness deepens, life changes. Not externally all at once. Internally first. You begin noticing who drains you, who calms you, what disconnects you from yourself. what brings you back to yourself. These realizations are not random. They are guidance. Because I guide you not only through miracles, but through awareness, through the quiet understanding that slowly reshapes your choices. My beloved, there were paths you desperately wanted that never worked out. Relationships you fought to keep. Situations you begged to continue. At the time, those endings felt cruel. You questioned why things fell apart, why certain doors closed despite your effort. But now, part of you is beginning to understand. Not everything that leaves your life is loss. Some things leave because they can no longer accompany your soul where it is meant to go. And yes, that realization hurts, because attachment always resists change at first. But your spirit knows the difference between attachment and alignment. Attachment clings out of fear. Alignment moves according to truth. And now, your soul is learning to choose truth more often. Even when truth feels uncomfortable initially, that is growth. Sacred growth. My beloved, you must stop measuring my presence only through emotions. There will be days where you feel spiritually connected, and there will be days where everything feels distant and heavy. But neither feeling changes reality. I remain with you through both. Clouds covering the sky do not mean the sun disappeared. And emotional heaviness does not mean you have been abandoned. Many times, your most difficult seasons are actually preparing your deepest transformations. Because struggle softens the ego. Pain breaks false certainty. Loneliness teaches you to reconnect inwardly. And through all of it, your soul becomes more conscious, more compassionate, more aligned with truth. You are becoming someone different now. Someone who no longer wants to live disconnected from themselves. Someone who values peace more deeply than performance. Someone who understands that inner alignment matters more than external approval. These changes are not small. They are reshaping your destiny quietly. And I am walking through that transformation beside you every step. My beloved, there are moments ahead where clarity will arrive suddenly. Moments where things that once confused you will finally make sense. Moments where you will recognize why certain endings had to happen, why certain delays protected you, why certain people left, why certain prayers were answered differently than you expected. And when those moments come, you will realize something powerful. You were guided even during the seasons that felt empty. Especially then, because guidance is not always obvious while you are inside the process. Sometimes it only becomes visible in hindsight. So stop believing you must feel constant certainty to know I am near. Stop thinking spiritual connection means life will suddenly become effortless. My beloved, there are blessings coming toward you that require this new awareness. Healthier relationships, clearer decisions, more peaceful environments, a life where your nervous system no longer feels constantly exhausted. But first, your soul needed to understand what misalignment feels like. Needed to experience the difference between emotional chaos and emotional safety. Needed to learn that love should not continuously wound your spirit. And now, not intellectually, deeply, that knowing will protect you in the future. It will guide your choices differently. Because awareness changes what you tolerate, and your tolerance for emotional heaviness is disappearing now. That is why certain people feel distant, why certain conversations exhaust you faster, why certain environments no longer feel right. Your spirit is becoming more selective, not out of arrogance, out of alignment. And alignment is sacred protection. Healing accelerates, peace becomes possible, clarity becomes possible, real connection becomes possible. My beloved, I know there were moments where you questioned whether anyone truly understood your pain. Moments where your heart silently asked, "Does anyone see how hard I am trying?" I saw it. Every hidden effort, every silent battle, every moment you chose to keep going despite emotional exhaustion. None of it was unnoticed. None of it was meaningless. Because even your hardest seasons were shaping strength inside you that comfort alone could never create. Not harsh strength, grounded strength, the kind that no longer collapses every time life becomes uncertain, the kind that understands storms eventually pass, the kind that remains connected to truth even during darkness. And now, that strength is becoming part of who you are, quietly, naturally, without needing to prove itself. My beloved, you are closer to peace than your mind currently believes, closer to clarity, closer to emotional freedom, not because life suddenly becomes perfect, but because your soul is finally reconnecting with what truly matters: truth, alignment, presence, inner peace. These things are becoming more important to you than appearances or temporary validation. And that shift will transform everything: your relationships, your choices, your future. Because once the soul awakens, life can never be lived unconsciously the same way again. And your soul is awake now, even if the process still feels incomplete. So trust this season, not because it feels easy, but because it is leading you somewhere sacred, toward yourself, toward peace, toward a life where your spirit no longer feels lost inside noise and emotional exhaustion. And remember this deeply: even during the moments you could not feel my presence clearly, I never stopped walking beside you. Not once, not for a single moment, and I never will. I am always with you, my beloved, and I love you every day.